Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So from the title and from the bare face, I'm very sure you can tell that I am going to be doing a foundation review and first impressions for you guys. The foundation that I'm going to be first impressioning is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation in 95. I have heard like mixed reviews and everything. I did purchase this myself. I went out to Target and I bought this and I was like, oh, I really want to try it. And it does come with a blender brush. Just to go over what it says on the website. So it's fresh, new, and flawless. Dream Velvet whips a fresh gel into a velvet soft texture. Complexion is perfected and smooth with a soft matte finish, just like velvet. Skin feels fresh with lasting hydration. Maybelline's first hydrating matte foundation for 100% velvet smooth perfection. It has a unique gel whipped formula, ideal for normal to combination skin, medium coverage. So it does say it's ideal for normal to combination skin, but not oily skin. So I'm like, Now I do have oily skin. I've said it in many videos before. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. I did get the darkest shade. This is 95 Coconut. I use, like all the other foundations I have in Maybelline, I've used the coconut one. So I was like, this should match perfectly with my skin tone. I put it on the back of my hand and it just blended in flawlessly. So I want to see how it looks on my face. There are 12 hydrating matte shades, but I feel like they could have gone a little bit more with the darker shades. Now the three darkest shades that they do have are Honey Beige, Caramel, and 95. I've never actually used a sponge to apply my foundation, so I'm not really sure how this is going to be, but I'm going to do half of my face with the sponge that they advise that you use it with, and then I'm going to use on the other half this foundation brush by BH Cosmetics, which I just happen to like. So let's see how this goes. Now my sponge is damp. Because of my oily skin, I use all of my foundations with a primer. I have never worn foundation without a primer, so it wouldn't be fair to judge this foundation without a primer. It just wouldn't be fair because my skin is like ridiculously oily. So the primer I'm going to be using is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in the mattifying primer. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face, and then we're going to go to the foundation. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. It is pretty dark. I'm almost scared that it's not going to match my face. So this is how this side of my face looks with the foundation on. It is kind of patchy when I applied it with this. Like, I didn't color correct today, so you can actually really see my dark marks, and I don't like that. I don't think this is actually worth the $5 to buy because it doesn't even like expand that much, and it's really hard. So it doesn't blend like how it's supposed to, how I believe it's supposed to. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just go over that with my foundation brush just because I'm not really liking how it looks. Like, I can't even spread it around. It does have a really moussey consistency too. And it smells like chocolate. Is anyone else seeing the difference between the application on both sides? Because I'm seeing it. Like, this does not look patchy. So I'm just going to go over the other side. I feel like it's looking a little bit too yellow for my skin tone. Now, I do have like orangish undertones, so the foundation is coming up actually really yellow compared to my neck. It doesn't feel like I have foundation on my face. It feels like I can just feel my primer on my face. It is full coverage. It does cover up all my dark spots, like all of them. Like, there honestly was no need to color correct. The only thing I'm not liking about it is that it does look yellow. So yeah, I am really liking how it feels against my skin. It does feel hydrating. Just like they said, it does have a soft velvet matte looking look on my face. So I do like that about it. I guess it's just not my color. But since I put it on, I'm going to wear it today. So I am going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and come back. So far, I am loving it. Honestly, I think it's better if you use a buffing brush with it rather than the sponge. The sponge doesn't really expand or anything, so I kind of don't like it. if I were to be honest, like the sponge, I don't feel like there's a point in wasting $5 on the sponge when you can just use a brush that you have at home. The idea of it is nice, but the way it applies just isn't the best. I tried to apply it on my skin, but it did look a little bit patchy. It looked very patchy actually, no matter how much I tried to buff it out. I actually like the way it looks for some reason. Like, it is a bit lighter than my skin tone. I mean, it does have more of a yellow undertone, but for some reason I'm really liking it. And for this kind of no makeup look that I did today, or this kind of everyday makeup look that I did today, I think it is perfect because it makes me look more awake. I did do my regular foundation routine with this, so I will come back in a few hours and let you guys know how it looks and whatever. So right now it is 12:08 and I'm just going to go to class, and I'll probably be back around 5 something just to give you guys an update on how it looks. I'm back and it is 5:54 p.m. I do like the foundation. I like the fact that compared to all my other foundations, I don't look as oily. Now, I do know it's supposed to be matte. In areas where I don't have oily skin, it is matte. So it's like here and around my eye area. But when it comes to my T-zone, you can obviously see the shine. Now, this is a whole lot better than my other foundations that I wear. So I'm really, really happy about that. The only thing is that in the oily areas where I did apply my contour, it kind of looks muddy. So along my nose and across the top of my forehead. So I'm not too much of a fan of that. That never happens with any of my other foundations. I didn't touch up at all during the day. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's not my skin tone. I did go out on a limb wearing this, so I wore like a jacket today that didn't show my neck because they don't need to know that I have a yellow face right now. So I am gonna touch up on camera and see how it looks. For that, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. high definition powder, and I'm just gonna pat it in my oily areas. This is what I usually do whenever my skin is oily. I don't know if you guys can see it, but after I do just touch up my face with the powder, it looks exactly like how it looked when I had first applied it. So if you do have really oily skin like mine, I do suggest that you go ahead and take some powder or some blotting paper or whatever and carry it along with you during the day. I do like this foundation because it doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation on my face. Like with all my other foundations, especially my full coverage foundations, I can tell that I have makeup on my face and I have foundation on my face. I feel like the hydrating part of it makes it feel like I don't really have that much makeup on, even though it's the same amount of makeup that I would put on any other day. I do feel like my makeup blended very well on top of it. I don't know if it has to do with the foundation or anything, but today for some reason my makeup blended really, really well. The results that I got with this foundation is definitely more than I would have expected from a drugstore foundation that claims hydration and matte. So definitely I do feel like it does what it says. It is hydrating and it is matte. Obviously I do have more oily skin, but other than that, I feel like the foundation is honestly worth the price and it's great. Like my face is just popping today. Low-key. I will say that the foundation does come off a bit easily. Like compared to my other foundations, it will show up on my hands. Like I hugged people today and like foundation marks were on their shirts, which was kind of awkward, but I mean, if you're not hugging people, then that shouldn't really be a problem. So that's it for my foundation review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything I missed, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I do hope you do so, and make sure to share and like this video as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. God bless. Bye.
I believe in angels. Say